Hello, my name is Graham Elgee and I'm the CEO of iSolutions. This presentation is aimed at Caterpillar dealers and it's intended to give a very quick overview of iSolutions as a company and the products and services that we offer. So as a company, we focus on asset management, and that covers everything from consulting services around asset management to providing asset management software. We develop all software in-house, and we also distribute and support the software ourselves. We have a strong presence in capital-intensive industries, particularly around earth-moving equipment. We have a global client base. Our head office is in Sydney, and we have regional offices in Brisbane, Johannesburg, Santiago, and Denver. Since we formed the company, we've had a strong focus on Caterpillar and Caterpillar dealers. We currently have 25 plus Caterpillar dealers using AMT, and a lot of those are the larger dealers like Barlow World, Finning, Westrac, Trakindo, Hastings Deering. We own the Analyzer software, which is used by many other CAT dealers, and we've also developed the calculator product that is also used by Caterpillar and some CAT dealers. AMT is our main software product, and that's a comprehensive asset management solution, which we'll go through in a minute. We also have a product called Framework, which is aimed at defining and optimizing your management operating system, and by that we mean defining your processes, defining best practices, coming up with the appropriate organization structures, position descriptions, your KPIs, providing a tool to perform site reviews, benchmark operations. So it really covers all of the non-software aspects of asset management. We also provide consulting services around equipment modeling, feasibility studies, site maintenance maturity reviews, and operational readiness, getting a mine ready to start operations. We also provide training. In addition to the standard AMT training, we also focus on providing courses aimed at developing maintenance managers, so transitioning people from being a good service supervisor to becoming an asset manager. So AMT, which is our main software product, AMT covers your full work management processes. So as a starting point, it has that end-to-end asset management functionality around everything from your asset register to defining your maintenance strategy or setting up your maintenance plans with standard jobs, your long-term and short-term planning, executing work, finalizing work. That execution also covers all of your capturing downtime, utilization. We have a AMT mobile aimed at your technicians out in the field. We link into your condition monitoring to trigger alerts, create work orders and things. So it covers the full work management cycle, and that sits on top of any ERP system. So we'll bolt into DBS or SAP or Microsoft Dynamics, M3 from Infor. So it doesn't really make too much difference for AMT as to which ERP system we are bolting into. The thing that really sets AMT apart, though, is the decision support layer. AMT has what we call dynamic lifecycle costing. And what this means is, in real time, AMT is forecasting every maintenance event for an asset until the end of its life. So this real-time forecast provides the basis for a lot of the proactive decision making, whether it's around looking at your maintenance strategy and looking at how to optimize that, your budgeting and forecasting, forecasting component requirements and then optimizing your inventory levels around that, your pro export marketing, again forecasting what is the total market potential, what is your market share, where are those opportunities. Your contracts management, everything from your MARC to your CSAs, PM contracts, they all rely or need to have a forecast of all your future costs to the end of the contract to be able to do correct contract financial management and risk assessment. Similarly with your rentals, understanding the age of your rental fleet, optimal points to replace your rental equipment, and your contract tendering. So a lot of this functionality sits on top of that dynamic lifecycle costing engine. And then we have a reporting layer that sits above that. So where does AMT fit into the dealer solution? Firstly, we see that dealers are becoming equipment management companies. They're moving from the traditional selling parts and service and machines to really becoming equipment management companies, working with customers to optimize the performance of their equipment. And that is taking place through many different formats. It started with your MARC, CSA, sort of PM agreements. There's trending towards a lot more of what we're terming collaboration agreements, where you're working with customers. There's a lot of data sharing, but the focus is on leveraging the expertise of the dealer and the customer to get the best performance from equipment. The second thing is that equipment are the real dealer customers. And what we mean by that is there's been a strong focus on CRM systems, which is good. But the equipment really forms an integral part of that CRM. It is in many respects a customer in its own right. It's what the equipment and the forecast of what's going to happen to that equipment is really what's driving a lot of the internal dealer processes. So this just depicts it in a different way, where you've got your CRM with your customer information, but for dealers, that equipment information forms a second tier of that CRM. We see that it fits into your CRM solution. And that's really where we see AMT sitting within the dealer. So what this slide depicts is the AMT system can get and hold data from any number of sources, any equipment related data, whether it's information about the equipment, its location, owner, life, etc., your work orders, your cost history, your utilization, your downtime, your health information. All of that information can be consolidated into one platform. So AMT, it's an equipment-centric database. And that really drives two sets of processes. The first is your equipment management services that you're offering to your customers. So these range from your mining MARC agreements to CSAs, PM agreements, cost cap, rentals, and what I mentioned before, these collaboration agreements, which is another way of depicting it is we see that customers can range from being completely independent, maintaining their own equipment with no involvement from the dealer, to 100% outsource in something like a MARC agreement. And what we see is there's a big space in between in this collaborative asset management space. And there'll be a lot of variations. It could be that the dealer is just helping the customer manage their major components, or maybe the dealer is just providing the software to the customer to manage their equipment. There's many different variations and formats of these collaborative agreements. They generally involve a lot of data sharing and a very open relationship with customers. So those are the customer-facing processes. But then AMT is also supporting a lot of internal dealer processes. Same equipment, the same forecast, the same data is being captured, but it's driving things like component management, coming up with a forecast of your component requirements, looking at what you've got in inventory, particularly around your reman and exchange inventory, where it's got very specific requirements or challenges where components are being rebuilt, so they are rotable components. So AMT's got a specific module for optimizing your reman and exchange inventory. Product support and marketing. So AMT has a PTOS type module where it's tracking historically and forecasting your market opportunity, your total market potential, what your market share is, and it's live. It's analyzing that, and it's also then got a tool for your sales reps where when they walk in to see a customer, they can see exactly for that customer what their market share is, where their opportunities, what their sales have been, and what they think their future requirements are. Account management, again, bringing all that information into one place for your account managers, all that knowledge and information about equipment, and your longer term business planning. So the value proposition for AMT, or one of the value propositions, is it provides a single equipment platform that is supporting both those external offerings to customers and those internal processes. It doesn't make a lot of sense to have two different systems, one for component forecasting and another for contracts management. They both require a database of the equipment, an understanding of their utilization, where they are on their life cycle, what is forecasted to be coming up. Similarly with your pro export marketing, to work out your market share, you need to have that same information. So it doesn't make sense to have independent systems with a duplication of data and running slightly different calculation logics that is providing inconsistent results. So AMT provides a single system, a single equipment platform to support the dealer's business needs now and in the future. That's really the focus of iSolutions, is that for us, developing AMT is an ongoing process. We have the program now, which we believe meets the dealer's business needs, but we are certainly putting a lot of money into R&D and working very closely with a lot of the major dealers to continue to enhance and develop AMT. So this is the last slide that I'll show. It's just a summary of the solutions that we offer. So everything around what I sort of mentioned, the account management, product support marketing, managing your PM, CSA agreements, your power system agreements, marks, rental, those collaboration agreements, providing mobility solutions. We believe AMT is suited for not just mining dealers, but general line, power systems, and it provides that one equipment platform that can bolt into any of the ERP systems that the dealers are using. So thank you for your time. If you need any further information, please don't hesitate to contact us. Thank you.